All right. Well, thanks for having me back. Thanks to Dark Moon, Rubes, Mecklin, everyone else who's putting this on. Thank you so much. For those of you who don't know me, my name is David Anber. I'm a criminal defense lawyer up in Canada, and I got into streaming about a year ago, and I stream mainly Castlevania 2 Randomizer. So what I have planned for today, this being a showcase and all, is I'm going to be doing a triathlon of seeds. It's going to start with a standard seed, a town rando seed, and a door rando seed. Before I get started, I know there's a lot of you out there who don't have more than a basic knowledge about the game. You might know the map a little bit, but you don't know the map extremely well. So I have a little image that's being shown on the screen right now that just sort of shows the way the map is laid out. It's actually much simpler than people think it is. You see Jova, sort of that one in the middle. That's where you start, and then you usually go right to Berkeley Mansion, Veros. And if I can just see the right side of the map, or the right side of the image, that would still be the left side. Oh, there we go. That's basically the right side of the Castlevania 2 map. And what's important is that unless you're doing a specific type of rando, most of the randos, the map is exactly like that. Now, sometimes those 12 locations, those 5 mansions and 7 towns get shuffled around. But we're going to be starting with a standard map. So those towns and mansions are all going to be in their vanilla location, but the 32 items, you could take the image down. The 32 items are going to be scattered across. Enemies will be randomized. Enemy HP will be randomized. Prices will be randomized. A variety of other things will be randomized. So that's going to be the first seed that we're going to do. There's also 13 clues throughout Castlevania, and in the vanilla game they were pretty useless clues, but in the randomizer they can actually be helpful. I say can be helpful because often they're not. I believe there was a bidding war for seed name and for the sprite, and so the name of the seed is Let's Do This for Liam. Capital letters on each of those words for those of you who want to play at home. And we're going to be using Donatello, the Ninja Turtle. So let's get started here. Just going to get set up here. So this first one, as I indicated, is that it's a standard rando. The map is vanilla, and everything else is going to be randomized. So here we go. For those of you who don't know the basic principle or basic premise of Castlevania 2, it's after Castlevania 1 when Simon killed Dracula. 1 second, see what's here. So we got probably one of the best starts you can get in a randomizer. Starting with the Holy Water is just absolutely overpowered. A lot of items are hidden behind blocks, and Holy Water breaks blocks horizontally and vertically. Where it's a standard rando, so it's going to go across to the other edge of town. So after Simon killed Dracula in Castlevania 1, Dracula inflicted some wounds on him as he died, and that cursed Simon, and the curse started getting worse and worse. So Simon had to, we got an oak stake, which is an excellent thing to find. And we got a crystal. That's actually a pretty solid starting set of items. So I gotta find 5 Dracula body parts, the magic cross, and 3 crystals, and bring them to Castlevania to burn them at Dracula's altar to kill him another time. So we're now in the Jova Woods. Again, this is a pretty standard map. Enemies can have between 1 and 3 HP in this part of the world. Being a standard map, we always start... you always start in the town of Jova no matter what, but Jova can be in certain formats in different places. But in a standard rando, Jova's always in Jova. You know what? There's no point in doing this. I'm going to come right back here. get ready for the first Nightfall. Castlevania 2 was one of the first games that had a day-night cycle, and a lot of people complained about zombies are 4 hits. A lot of people complained about the day-night cycle because it took a very long time for the text box to show you that. Here it happens instantaneously. And the stores are open at night, and the townsfolk are out and about at night as well, which can sometimes get in the way when you're trying to grind zombies here. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm trying to gather up enough parts to get those items that we had in town. I'm also trying to get my level up. So there's a RPG style leveling system that when you get certain experience points, we're currently level 0, we go to level 1, and then at levels 2, 4, and 6, 6 being the highest, your health bar will also increase in length, but at every level, the damage you take will be cut by a fraction. It's pretty significant. So you really want to get up to level 1 and then up to level 2 really quickly. If you get past level 4, you're doing something wrong. You generally will finish the game if you're a beginner, maybe level 3 or 4, and if you're more advanced, 2 or 3. These zombies can be oak steak, and we have enough crystal. So we are basically on a pretty good pace. I mean, those are some good items. The oak steaks are needed to break the orb that is in each mansion. Now, in the vanilla game, each of the 5 orbs have one of the Dracula body parts. But in this game, there could be nothing in the orb. There could be useful items, there could be useless items, or there could be essential items in the orb. So, with the holy water, we're going to go to a town that has stuff that is hidden behind blocks that require holy water to require holy water to break. So, the name of the game for Rando, it's all about choices, and you have different options as to where you can go and how you approach your routing, and certain things make certain decisions more attractive, and certain things will make certain decisions less attractive, and so you're constantly weighing that. Like, if I didn't have holy water, for example, I wouldn't probably be going to the place I'm going to right now. If I had an oak stake, though, I'd probably consider going to a mansion that has more. There's nothing worse than doing a mansion not having an oak stake, and then you find out later in the game that there was an essential item in the orb, and you got to go back and double dip into the mansion. Nobody likes doing that. Alright, this is the town of Varos. If you have the nail's the other block breaker. You can break things with your whip, so you can break things horizontally. Holy water allows you to break things horizontally, but also vertically as well. So that's why it's the most versatile block breaker. And here we got the nail. Alright, so we're one half heart short of... If Stephen Q. Beats were in chat, he would fire me off that emote. That was 1 heart too short there. Alright, so got the nail. That's one of the essential items. So we have one of the 3 crystals, one of the Drax body parts. Alright, so we unfortunately can't grind up to level 2. Different parts of the game are different areas in terms of experience points. Like when I started, I could get experience points to get to level 1, but that initial area no longer can give me experience points to level 2, so I have to go a little further out. And level 3, you gotta go a little further out, and so on. So I won't be able to buy anything, but we can at least gather some information. So this is where the chain whip would normally be in the vanilla game. And there's actually a hint here, so we're gonna get the hint. Camilla defends some garlic, and so that's actually a useful hint. I mean, garlic is pretty useful. It unlocks 2 checks. Alright, so this is an oak stake down here in the town of Arrow, so it's good you don't need to get it. And you know what? I'm gonna go back where I came from and do Berkeley Mansion next. So we came down those stairs after the bridge, and we're gonna go back up those stairs and take the other path now. Not sure who it was that picked the sprite of Donatello. As far as Ninja Turtles go, Donatello is the worst of the Ninja Turtles. His color palette really blends in with a lot of the scenery. The other turtles are a bit easier to see, so... barely any hearts, barely any experience points. We're going to take a game over. When you take a game over in the vanilla game, you lose all your hearts, all your experience points. Whereas when you take a game over in the Rando, you lose only half. And since I have only 4 experience points and 32 hearts, it's not really much of a loss. Those spikes are instant death. Take a lot of damage if they touch you, so you don't want that. So I often will take a game over in Berkeley Mansion because it's usually a pretty easy mansion to do. And you get back a lot of hearts there, so even though we're starting with 0. Now, it's Medusa head. This is a pretty bad enemy set for Berkeley Mansion. One of the reasons why we also like Berkeley Mansion is that there are 3 clues, so it's often really good to get early on. Oak stake is for sale in Rover. You always like it when there's an oak stake in the mansion that you are in, so that's a good piece of information to have, because that way you know if you get to that mansion, you don't have to feel worried that you're going to miss out on something. That guy threw an off-speed pitch there. Normally I jumped to avoid his fireball, but he kind of held it off for a second. That's normally what's supposed to happen. And this enemy set is no joke. That's gonna be a problem.
Amber, if you don't mind, I'd like to break in and talk a little bit about the marathon that we're running while you're ascending Berkeley Mansion. So, this randomizer marathon that we're running is in benefit of the Liam Foundation, whose mission is to encourage, assist, heal, and empower our LGBTQIA+ community through respect, advocacy, and passionate hearts that promote thriving in society. They're based out of Northern Illinois, and they provide resources to the LGBTQIA+ community. And we've been doing great work. We've partnered with them in the past. Already in this pre-show, we've raised $512.22. Our pre-show record is $1,095. So we got a little bit of ways to get there, but we still have another 3-4 hours or so to go before the night ends. And it's been a great cause. So just whenever if you can, please donate. If not, we do appreciate you watching. I'll give it back to you, Amber.
All right, thanks for that information. So we just picked up the diamond. The diamond's a pretty useless weapon, but it can serve its purpose in certain times. It was pretty cheap, and I'm gonna probably game over soon, so I spent some money. I got the clue that there's there are laurels at the bottom of the orb, so that makes it a little less attractive because we'll probably be able to find laurels somewhere else. Laurels are invincibility items. You said do a lot of these floor drops. That's just something that speedrunners will do, and it's a big part of Rando, especially when you're doing a race. Garlic needed to get an oak steak. Okay. So we got 3 clues, and we're now going to get what's in the orb. And then we're going to warp back. In the randomizer, if you pause with the select button, pausing with the start button gives you this, but pausing with the select button gives you a full pause. And if you do that and press up A and B, you can warp back to the town of Jova. So Magic Cross, that's an essential item. So there is more to the right, but we're actually going to warp back and go to the left now, because we want to check the other side, because there's some pretty good stuff that's there. Oh, before we go, actually, we want to get an oak steak. Almost made a rookie mistake and forgot to grab an oak steak. I'm going to take a game over in just a second here. Not this one's a little bit less strategic and more just out of necessity. I'm not going to be able to cross this swamp. I don't have any laurels. I could try to cross the swamp. At level 1, I'm still pretty delicate here. Houses. Take a look to see if this dead river here. This dead river has random enemies on it, and it can be bad like that. So we gotta see how we're gonna do this here, because now it's nighttime. This is gonna be a problem. You see the purple in the palette of Donatello is blending in with the sky. You don't see your health bar there. Alright, so we're out in the town of Alba. This is where you get the red crystal in the vanilla game. And here you get a whip, so that might actually help us out a little bit. You can kill these zombies in 2 hits, and 4 hits. And we're going to use that as an opportunity to farm. Oh my goodness, hate my inputs. Oh, take a death here. Sorry. So I keep playing. Sometimes I would want to take a game over just to reset my lives, but we're just going to keep playing. The lag here is weird. It's not even like the lag anywhere else. It kind of comes and goes. It does affect this a little bit. We got our level 2. And there's 2 checks other than the free one. So we're gonna go check it out. I showed you can use the holy water. You can also wrap your whip around and do that to put bricks on the other side. We call that the thing. Alright, so you got some laurels. You can hold up to 4. If you get the silk bag, you can hold up to 8. You can hold 1 oak stake, and that's it. Take the trek all the way to the top here. You got the heart. Heart's a good item to have. And in fact, not yet. I'm not going to do the heart quite. Use the heart quite yet. The heart is used to get when we cross the river. It brought us to this side of the river. But if you show the heart, if you activate the heart, it'll actually bring you to a different place, which is Brahms Mansion in the vanilla game. And since we're doing a standard rando, it will be Brahms Mansion here as well. You know what? I've got barely any experience and barely any hearts. We're gonna... Try that again. If you go down those stairs, you get to what's called the Storygoy Graveyard. And you can place garlic there for an item. You don't have any garlic though. You can also damage boost over a wall that you're not supposed to be able to jump over and get to another part of the map. We're now in a level 3 zone. We might want to try and get a little bit of hearts towards that in case there's stuff to buy in the next town, which is the town of Rando. In a vanilla speedrun, the town of Rando is where you pick up the Morning Star Whip. Not really what we'd call good eats here. A little more just because it's not close to nighttime yet. Alright, we got some hearts to be able to buy something significant. Whips can get pretty expensive, up to like 170 or 180. Holy water, laurels are usually around 50, garlic's around 50, so. Alright, silk bag. I'm not really feeling the silk bag right now. I mean, it can be a useful item, but we don't have that many hearts, and I want to clear this town without having to waste too much time. And we might be able to farm. I might want to take a peek just to see if it's worth farming to level 3, but yeah, we're halfway there to level 3 to be honest, so. Alright, we got garlic, so we are going to exit back out of here. We're going to max out our garlic. Garlic can be used in 2 places, so you only technically need 2 to cover all your bases. But sometimes if you're in a difficult enemy spot, it can freeze enemies in place. You can also use it to kill death. Now, killing death with garlic is going to be a really long endeavor. 128 hits as it goes, basically second by second. Take a look at these. Alright, that's not exactly what I want to be farming 6 hits. Alright, we're not doing that. It's just not good use of our time. We talked about going down to the Storygoy Graveyard. This is probably even better. The Storygoy Graveyard is where you could place garlic to get an item. I want to get that silk bag. Alright, we're going to take a little bit more of a conservative approach and just finish our level up. If I were in a race, I might play this a little bit differently, go a little higher risk. grab that silk bag since we have enough hearts now. We're sitting at 192 experience points. 200 will be our next level. Every level you go up, it increases. So level 1 is 100 experience points. Level 2 is 150. Level 3 is 200, and so on. There's our level 3. There's a refill on the health bar. Also, we take much less damage now. That's one of the more forgiving places in which the floor drop. Now, you can often do a damage boost here for that other part of the map. It's considered a wrong warp, but the enemy package that we got here includes bats, which are very difficult to control, which makes a damage boost often a very unpleasant experience. It could take us like 5 minutes. Well, we got bats right here, so it's not so bad. Alright. We got the dagger. I'm not gonna waste too much time trying to get those guys. We'll see if we can do that, but try this one more time, and then we're just gonna work back. There we go. First try. Alright, so this is Laruba Mansion. This is the hardest mansion. I'm not necessarily sure I want to do this now with only the second strongest whip. So we are going to wrap around to the other side of the world using our laurels through this poisonous swamp. Didn't want to have to waste the third laurel, but I didn't time that very well. So we used 3 of our 4 laurels. Hopefully we'll find some new ones. Oh, there's an oak stake in the garlic guy in this cemetery. There's another place where you can drop your garlic, and someone will appear to give you an item that's right here. But we know it's an oak stake from an earlier clue, so we're going to leave that alone for now. We might need to grab it a little bit. Alright, so the town of Algebra. See what's over here. Okay, we got more laurels. You know, we got the silk bag, so why don't we just max it out? this will make us unable to buy anything in the second store, but if it's worth it, we'll just farm a little bit outside of town. So this is the guy that normally gives you the blue crystal coming up on our left here. We call him Alan Juba. And is this shit even randomized? This guy just gave us the blue crystal. Check a clue over here. The ring is for sale in Laruba. Okay, so that's actually good information. So that mansion that we saw that I said was the hardest mansion in the game, we are going to have to go there at some point. So, we're going to figure this out, how and when we're going to do that. Yeah, let's just even see if it's worth farming here. This might be nothing. This could be like the silver knife or something. It's a useless weapon. The golden knife. Now that's a pretty useful item, but I'm not sure I want to spend time getting 129 hearts to grab it, so I think we're gonna have to pass on that useful weapon. We're gonna continue to wrap around to this side of the map here. Our next stop is down below where you need the blue crystal in order to drain the lake, but before we do that, we are going to grab something. There's a check that's available. That sucks. Over here. There's a clue here, that's why I'm purely trying to get back. The gold knife is for sale in algebra. We do that in the game. Alright, we got Rib. Rib is useful. It can be used as a shield. They got a little shield now. We can block most, but not all, fireballs with that shield. All those bats. Alright, So we need to activate the blue crystal. Just kneel. Rover Mansion. Leave a heart on screen that an enemy drops, it won't respawn while that heart is still on screen, so that can be used strategically sometimes. Alright, so we're pretty much almost clear the left side of the map here. We haven't used the heart to get to the secret place yet, so that might be the last stop on this side of the map, so... Oops. Alright, so there is no stake. I actually knew that. I forgot to told me that. We're going to want to grab a clue that's just up here. Death guards a whip. Alright, so I mean, we probably don't want to kill Death just to grab the whip. There are a number of different crits we can do to kill Death. Okay, we're going to do a wrong warp here now. There we go, we did that successfully. Magic crosses stage for a blue orb, we do that. So we're looking for one crystal and the eyeball, and we know where the ring is. Grabbing an oak stake over here. I see Kigalonian in chat. Kigalonian's a pretty good Rando player. First try. Hold the heart, and we're also going to ready some laurels because this was a somewhat treacherous. So that when he says, "Let me show you the way," normally he says, "I'll take you to your place," sarcastically. But when he says, "Let me show you the way," he brings you where the sky turns colors here. And that means you're in a different place. Gonna wait to go into Brahms Mansion. Not quite yet. We're gonna jump across these bricks to where the diamond vendor is normally in the vanilla game, but we know where the diamond is. We already got it, so it's gonna be something different for sure. Got a whip. And we're going to get another whip in Brahms Mansion, so we don't have to worry about any type of dagger crit on Dracula, because you have to be able to position your feet in a specific spot, and the Donatello sprite is not quite the same as Simon Belmont. Alright, this is Brahms' mansion. Death is... It's one of the two mansions that has a boss. This is... I got someone in my chat asking if this is one of the specialty seeds. It is not. It is a seed that was rolled for... Oh my goodness, what happened there? It's one of the seeds that was rolled for this marathon. If you're watching me on my channel, please consider you can see it on the Final Fantasy Randomizer channel as well. It's very annoying, this position of these spiders. Check the clue real quick over here. The eyeball is sealed in Brahms orb, so we're going to be, once we find the red crystal, we'll be in what we call no mode. It's not quite go mode, but it's where you know where the last item or items are. Okay, so yeah, we're in no mode now, because now we have the red crystal. Nope, missed the jump. Okay. That's what we call the walk of shame, because I missed the jump. Got the crit. We know where we are going. I'm not going to take the damage boost that I did last time just because it is a real pain to do with those enemies. So we're going to take a little bit of a longer way around. Right then. Having a golden knife right now would have been helpful. You could just start spamming golden knives at everything. Those fireballs from the firemen you cannot block with your shield. There's a clue up here. We'll just take a quick peek what it would have said. Oak stake free in the devious woods. Good to know. Okay. So we're taking the vanilla speedrun path. The no wrong warp speedrun path here. Because the blob boost, while we were able to do it before, can be very unpredictable with those enemies. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Right in the middle of the Joma Marsh here is the Ruba Mansion. And we know the final item is in the vendor. So we're not going to see the orb, we're not going to see Carmilla, the other boss. You do want to take a death here, so if the ring is expensive, I can gather a few more hearts on the way there. Alright, we are in go mode. It's not a fantastic time, but I mean it was not a perfectly straightforward seed, so not a bad time either. There's the diamond. Yowzers. The enemy set in this game has been a little bit much. Look at that panther. So that's Bodley Mansion. We can completely fade it. Same with the next town, the town of Doina. The last of my laurels there. This bridge here, you would not be able to break the bricks unless you have all 5 Drac parts, the 3 crystals, and the magic cross. It's not like we're going to sub-hour this seed, which is always a reasonably good achievement to do. The quarter quad, somebody just said. All right, just a little over 59 minutes. Seed 1 of the triathlon is done. That was the standard map. And if you, Rubes, if you could let me know what the next seed name will be, and also what sprite, I can start to queue that one up. The next one's going to be what we call a town rando, that all 5 of those mansions and 7 of those towns that I saw or went in will all be shuffled. I mean, they can theoretically be vanilla, but usually they are not.
Sure thing, Amber. Pulling up the list, it looks like the seed name is going to be FFR Rando Marathon.
FFR Rando. Where's the capitals?
Sorry. Capital F, capital F, capital R, Rando, capital M, Marathon.
All right, got it. Okay, so yeah, because the capitals and lowercase do matter. So I'm going to put that name in. What a seed name, as we like to say. Town randomizer for the next one. And what is the sprite that... Is there anyone that is interested in a specific sprite?
Doesn't look like we have any donations for a specific sprite.
I'm going to run this one with my favorite sprite, then maybe it will encourage some people to do it for the next one, for the third one. But I'll do FFR Rando Marathon, and I'm going to do it with Mike Jones from Star Tropics.
Excellent choice.
And props to Orange Salid / Orange Squeeze who made this sprite. It's actually a really cool sprite. So let me just get this queued up here. All right, so I rolled a seed. I'm going to close that there. Okay, so we had 20 deaths, 389 kills, 1576 hearts, and we're ready for seed number 2 here. So this is going to be a town rando, so we once again will start in the town of Jova. But Jova could be any one of 5 different starting places. All right. Unless there's anything that you need to say, Rubes, I'm going to jump right into it.
Go for it. I'll wait till you get a little lull in there, and I'll jump back in.
All right. This is Mike Jones from Star Tropics. Actually my favorite game to play on the NES. He's got a yo-yo. We start with an oak steak, and it's an affordable one. You start with 50 hearts. So I'm going to go ahead and take it, because sometimes we can get an early mansion. Alright, so we're either in Berkeley or Algebra, and with that water it means we're in Berkeley. I mean, directly underneath us is a mansion or a one-story town. The programming limitations require the one below there to be one story, so it does limit somewhat what it can be. We're looking for a rover mansion. That's always a good find if you're doing a quick sort of steal of an early mansion here. And instead we got Laruba Mansion. Laruba, which you may not know, is Spanish for the Ruba. Alright, let's see what our next check is. We got garlic. It's not a bad find. It's expensive at 62 hearts. And we got a whip. Okay, so we are going to want to prioritize getting getting that whip first because it'll speed up our farming. Now, to the right of Jova, which is in the Berkeley spot, as I indicated, these enemies can give you up to level 2, whereas to the left, it's only level 1. So we're gonna farm up to level 1, and then we're going to consider which way we're gonna go. I mean, as I indicated before, Rando's all about making choices, and what facts make certain choices more attractive and what makes certain ones less attractive. I mean, Laruba is attractive. We just saw it. It's nearby, so we can get some easy items. There's 4 checks in there. We have an oak stake, so we can get the orb. But the enemies there can be up to 40 HP. So with this whip now, that'll be 40 hits. And even with the next whip, it'll be 20 hits. Even if there are 20 HP, that'll be 10 hits, which is a lot. So, and Carmilla the boss would take 128 hits with the upgraded whip. So we may not wish to do that. So we got our level 1. Gonna get the whip here. And we may want to farm out of town just because this town, the enemies are level 1 enemies, so I won't be getting experience points if I keep farming them. That could actually be considered good eats, as we like to say. Yeah, we got some good eats over here.
While you're farming, could I talk about some of the upcoming events on the schedule?
Sure, go for it.
Excellent. So this Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest Randomizer is the final event of this evening, but tomorrow morning we will have our opening ceremony, currently scheduled for 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. And then we'll jump right back into the randomizer. We get Final Fantasy and the Super Mario World Archipelago, run by our very own Dark Moon and Lord Fizzlebeef. And there are some open incentives for that. You could choose Mario's colors. You could force a party member in the FFR game. You can pick a name for the FFR characters. After that, we'll move on to Final Fantasy V Career Day, being run by Fiery Blizzard. A couple incentives open for that as well. The All Piano Flex. That's looking for a goal of $80. So if we can meet that, we'll get to see Bart's get all the pianos.
All right. Well, thank you for that information. I'm just marking my little. I take a little tracking tool that's based on that that screenshot I showed you guys earlier. most people know this, but it might not be a assumption that everybody knows, is that at nighttime, all the enemies' HP is doubled. That's a tricky jump to make. Yeah, we're going to pass on Laruba for now. We're going to go left to across the bridge to where the Jova spot is in the vanilla game. You may recall in the first seed, we came across this bridge when we went right out of the first town. It's the EX yo-yo. That means extended yo-yo. It's the equivalent of the Thorn Whip. Alright, so this is a okay find. I mean, we don't have a block breaker, so we can't get either of the shops, but we can get the free check. And it's a pretty garbage item. Silver knife. I mean, there's some utility for it, but it's almost entirely useless. We're just going to keep going. Going to keep going to the left. These enemies roll down. Yeah, those enemies sitting on top of the swamp did roll their HP down, so... Alright, we're probably going to take a death because we can't even really take much damage boost. Alright, we'll take that. Alright, so we're heading over to the Alba spot, and we will find Bodley Mansion, which without a block breaker... We're going to give this a try here. It's not supposed to be able to be done without a block breaker. But there's a glitch move that I could try and feature. I may pull it off, I may not. If I don't pull it off, I'll only be able to clear half of this mansion, but I'll still be able to clear it out of what we call logic. Like, we're not supposed to be able to deal with this mansion until we have a block breaker. Alright, this is what we call the enemy orgy over here. In the vanilla game, these enemies were these boulders that had, I think, 0 HP or 1 HP. And this is the one thing the silver knife is good for, is just killing multiple enemies at once. And because those boulders were replaced with enemies, all these enemies to the left of this staircase have 1 HP. Except for that guy at the end.
I do have to ask, as a fan of Star Tropics, is the Flame Whip the supernova by any chance?
That's what I thought it would be. It ends up being a flaming yo-yo. It's still pretty badass though. Props to Orange for the work that he did on this one. The Morning Star is very much like the Shooting Star.
Excellent.
All right, we're almost done this little farm here. I'm gonna try this glitch move here. If we don't pull it off, we in all likelihood will need to only get the orb. Oops, didn't want to drop down there. Shoot. Oh, we got it. Oh, and we got a very important item out of logic. So that's what we call the double floor drop wraparound. So that allows us to access this without a block breaker. So that was a very fortuitous success to do that. And I am going to... I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change my path a little bit. And we got the eyeball too, so this was a very profitable trip. And what we're going to do now is we're going to... Oh, we're not... We're not in the Jova spot, but I am going to just go back across and try and clear the... I could have exited Bodley Match. That probably would have been better, but I'm going to grab another oak stake and we're going to do that before we try our luck at Laruba Mansion. Thank you. Yeah, that was probably a routing mistake. That's what you call seed bleed when your mind is still thinking of the previous seed. I thought I was in the Jova spot, which is just right near the Dead River. Unfortunately, I'm a little further off, so that's going to eat about a minute and a half extra time. Not the end of the world. And I mean, I do get to grab another oak stake too, so that is somewhat of a trade-off, because if there is a mansion where I'm headed now, it'll help that I have an oak stake. So why that was important is because the logic of the game means that we're supposed to have gotten a block breaker first, and that block breaker could be very far, what we call a trolley water seed, where a holy water is at the very end of the map, and you got to proceed to the whole game, get it, and then backtrack to the beginning to get the heart, for example, or to get these final items, the heart and the eyeball. by getting it out of logic, we might be able to speed this up considerably, so that's considered a big win. The heart here. Let me show me the way. Alright, so our little minute and a half detour. You know what? I'm not going to go in here yet. Our detour was actually worth it in the sense that if we don't get an oak steak where we're headed right now to the vendor at the end of the mountains here, and if there's no oak steak in that mansion, we saved ourselves some potential backtracking by bringing an oak steak in there. So we would have gotten an oak steak, so we spent some money on, we spent some time on some insurance. Not the end of the world. Now, we don't have a block breaker, but we do have the eyeball. The eyeball allows you to see things that are hidden in walls. And oftentimes when you see them, particularly clues, the clues will stick out a little bit. And that will allow you to grab them. So 2 of the 3 clues here in Berkeley Mansion are actually, I'm going to take a game over here as I did last time as well. There we go. So it's pretty early in the seed still, so I am going to get this out of the way clue. Sometimes we leave this one alone. Normally Berkeley Mansion is very easy. The last 2 Berkeley Mansions we've had have been very challenging in terms of enemy set. There's one of those clues jutting out of the wall. So there is a yo-yo for sale in the town of Ondal. So that's good to know. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. It's not with that enemy set. There's hidden pitfalls there. You jump onto the first set of blocks, you'll fall through and have to redo that walk. So there's a clue book that is embedded in the wall that we cannot get with just the eyeball. And there, you might have seen very briefly a clue book on the floor below that is accessible, so we're going to get that one too. Silk bag, we'll get it. We have money to burn. The holy water is for sale in Doina. Alright, that is good news. I mean, that's good information. It might not be good news per se if Doina is very far away, but we're on the lookout for Doina. Alright, we got a crystal, a first crystal. I actually don't want to see many crystals because if we get all 3 crystals really quickly, there's a good possibility that we gotta go get the holy water far on the other side of the map. Hold on, I think there's something wrong with my audio. Just 1 second, please. That should be better, actually. I don't know why my microphone seems to have switched to the wrong thing. I was getting some comments about my audio being low. I mean, you could grab another oak stake. I mean, we have seen Rover Mansion, Brahms Mansion are the only mansions left we haven't seen yet, so I'm going to take a bit of a chance. Oh, that really sucks. Still haven't seen any laurels yet. Goodness. Let's see if we could find. See if we could find Doina. It'd be nice. It would be a really nice find to find Doina on the left side of this map here. One more town over, because that we know has the holy water. Nope, it's a mansion. Alright, so this could be a problem just because we don't have an oak stake. We might have to double dip into this mansion a little later. Let's see what we can find though. You know what, we're going to go, we can grab the clue up here. Death guards a crystal, so Brahm's mansion is going to have a crystal in it. Alright, we got the nail. I'm not going to grab the other clue. It's a wrong warp back to the beginning of the mansion. I'm going to do a little bit of zigzagging across the map. Just going to go. I was going to go down to the graveyard, but I'm going to actually return. Oh no, Alba's on the other side. Never mind. I'm gonna drop down into the graveyard right now. We're just gonna take the stairs. As my kids like to say, just take the stairs like normal people. All that shit, that mess of enemies. We got the rib. The rib is not last. This Medusa head should be able to help us boost up on over here. There we go. So this brings us to, oh, Doina. That's exactly what we want to find. This is a good day. A very good day. You know, we'll grab this church right now, refill our health, and we will warp out of Doina and then clear the right side of the map out. Some stuff on my map here, and Doina's over here. Alright, so we know we're going to find the holy water. All right, so we're a little nervous that Rover Mansion at the far left end of this map has something in the orb. That's going to cross our mind until it either proves to be true or we finish the seed. Keep forgetting the oak stakes over here. A reason why it's good to go right from the Berkeley spot with a block breaker is there is the Dabby's Path check that requires a block breaker to get. We still haven't touched Laruba Mansion. I think we're going to probably do that towards the end. Took too many hits there. You need to take only 2 hits to get that floor drop. Magic Cross is for sale in Alba, so we'll need to double back to Alba at some point now that we've got the holy water. Look for the Magic Cross. Alright, so we found another oak stake. I mean, this is kind of centralized in case we have to come back, but probably won't. I think we're going to find Brahms Mansion here. I mean, there's always a possibility Brahms is down these stairs in the rover spot, but yeah, this is Brahms Mansion. Before we go in, though, we are going to check the garlic check on the other side. The ring. So we're getting pretty close here. We're probably going to take a death. Find 2 crystals down here for all we know. problem. Alright, got that heart on screen so that enemy won't respawn. Plurals are free in algebra. Good to know. Ah. We got the chain yo-yo now. Ah, I thought I had that one. I didn't. Let's try and crit. Oh, we do get a crystal, so we are in no mode here at 39 minutes in. Oh, what did I do? I forgot to kill... I forgot to get the orb. Wait a minute, I did get the orb. What happened there? I have no idea what just happened there. Why did I think I got two two crystals there? All right, little brain fart there. We'll keep going. I got excited that we were almost ready to be in go mode. Figure this one out here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my subpixel. I'll just keep moving along. I don't know why I thought I had both crystals there. the town of Algebra. We know that there are free laurels upstairs. I think we're gonna take those, even if we find what we're looking for here. Yeah. Once again, I'm gonna leave out the golden knife. You don't need this clue. I'm pretty sure we're going to find the. Pretty sure we're going to find the. Well, actually, we might not find the crystal here. The crystal could be in Rover Orb, could be in Ondol. Actually, no, Ondol. It's either the Rover Orb or somewhere in Alba. If it's not here. Alright, so it's going to be in Alba or the Rover Orb, so we're going to grab these free laurels at the top of the stairs. We're going to grab the golden knife as well, because we can. It's going to be daytime any second now. That fills us up to 8 laurels because we got the silk bag. I'm gonna quickly kill myself. That's where we can put the gold knife out ahead of us. Alright, we're gonna have to check both of these shops. I mean, if we get the crystal here, we know. Ooh, we don't have any hearts. No, we're gonna have to farm a little bit. That's bad. That's really bad. It's not what you would call good eats. I'm gonna take a quick peek in the shop before we farm any more at nighttime here. So we got the magic cross. If the crystal is here, we're going to need hearts. So let's take a minute or two to farm up some hearts.
While you're farming, if it's okay, I'd just like to remind everyone that the FFR Rando Marathon is being put on behalf of the Liam Foundation of Northern Illinois, whose mission is to encourage, assist, heal, and empower our LGBTQIA plus community through respect, advocacy, and passionate hearts to promote thriving in society. The money that we're raising is they're looking to, to get more accessible space and increase all the resources, pay their staff, keep their doors open, and get your donations in. We got some great incentives coming up for future games, and at the same time, you're helping out a great cause.
Do we have any donations for the last sprite for seed number 3?
As of right now, we do not, but that is, if anyone wants to hurry up and get a donation in before we get to the 3rd seed, we could pick out what kind of sprite you'd like Amber to run.
Well, I'd like to see the crystal here and be done with this. Unfortunately, it's not. So, we brought an insurance oak stake into Berkeley Mansion. We didn't need it. And we didn't bring one to Rover, and it's looking like that's where the oh, we still have Laruba Mansion, which we have left this whole time. You know what? I'm going to have to go to Laruba Mansion. I totally forgot about Laruba Mansion. Yeah, I just picked wrong by not going back there sooner. I mean, there's 4 possible checks here. Not today, Fireball. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright, so there are 4 checks here, which is why I'm favoring this over going to Rover Mansion. Let's find it down here and put an end to this seed here. We're gonna gold knife strat this guy now. There we go. So we won't sub-hour this one, unfortunately, but it'll be like a 106 or something like that. 104. So we didn't see the towns of Veros, Yomi, or Ondol. Put a wall of steel in front of you, as Opry 99er likes to say. And we got 8 laurels, so we definitely saved ourselves a lot of time by doing that double floor drop wraparound, so I'm happy about that. Not happy with the way I played some parts of this seed, but that's alright. I didn't need to do that, but whatever, it's fine. We got plenty of laurels in our inventory. We do not need to go back to Rover Mansion, so that is good. The proper play would have been to have done Laruba before I went to Alba. And then I would have been able to save myself going up to the top floor of Alba and Take a peek at the clue right here, real quick. See what it would have been. Camilla defends a crystal. Interesting. That would have been an interesting clue if we had gotten it earlier. So we're gonna finish with the chain whip, which is kind of a weak whip to finish with. So we're gonna need to use, and we don't have, I mean, even if we did have the dagger, this is again a sprite whose feet don't quite match up with Simon. So doing a dagger crit is not easy. So I'm gonna have to use a combination of whipping and golden knives. I'm gonna go say hi to our good friend Griselda. Griselda Buffades lives over here and wants us to live here together, so we're gonna go say hi to her. Hey, Ty is in my chat. How you doing? I'm currently streaming to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Communities Marathon here, showcasing CV2 Rando. We're on seed 2 of 3. A town rando. And yes, seed of the week results will be coming out just after midnight. I'm going to be doing this for probably another hour and a half, so expect it will be good. We'll keep our last laurel. I don't think we need a laurel, actually. That is quite correct, Ty, who in my chat asks that this is not, that we're not playing Final Fantasy here. It is a marathon to showcase other randomizers to the Final Fantasy community. Let's take a death here and go into the Drac fight with a full health in case we do you know what to the bed. Too fast. Right, so we want to have the golden knife active. I'm just going to concentrate a little here because I don't want to let Dracula get away from me. That's a 103.11. Not a terrible time. Thank you for the GG's tie. Thank you for the GG's Life Life Reboot and Kalari. This was the second of 3 seeds. Thank you for the GG's Classic Gamer Meteor 9 Racing. L Markin GG, thank you very much. And Rubes, if you want to give me the last seed name, I can start rolling it right now and let me know if there's a sprite. Thank you, Stephen Q Beats, for the GG's.
Absolutely. Let me refresh and see if there's an update to that. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So we do not have any sprite donations, but I do have a seed name for you.
Okay.
It's gonna. Sure.
All right. What do we have for a seed name?
It's FFR, all capitalized. Pride with a capital P. Month with a capital M.
All right. FFR Pride Month with FFR P and M capitalized. We are going to do Samus, not in the power suit, but in her leotard.
GG on your wonderful Zoda fight.
Thank you so much. So we're putting it back to the standard map that we had in the first seed. So it's going back to the vanilla map, but something that's going to be extra special about this is that all of the doors in the towns, even the churches and the doors that we don't even go into, as well as the doors to the mansions, will all themselves be shuffled. So this is called Door Rando. So I'm gonna get this rolled in just 1 second. Here we go. All right, 14 deaths, 558 kills, 2,066 hearts. Here we go. So we're gonna open FFR Pride Month. And this is the 3rd seed in the triathlon. And as we always like to say, what a seed name. All right. Yeah, Stephen Q Beats in my chat pointing out that I'm going to have some serious seed bleed where I start my thoughts start bleeding into last seed and the seed before, but I think I'll be all right. So without further ado, let's get this last seed up and running. All right, so there's a little bit of a different approach I take to Door Rando. This is Samus right here. Look at her hair flowing in the breeze. All right, so right off the bat, we got a Griselda Buffati's right in the first door of Jova. That's useless to us. One of 3 Griseldas. All right, so Rover Mansion is right there. You know what we're gonna do? We might take a little peek. You know what? We should see if there's an oak stake around here before we do that. We're gonna be a little more disciplined than that. See if we can get an oak stake here. All right, so we got laurels for 60, and we got a church. So let me just mark. I mark things a lot more meticulously in Door Rando because it's as far as I'm concerned a necessity. Otherwise, you blow your brains out by the end. I'm going to go back and I'm going to take a quick peek at the vendor in Rover. It doesn't take too long to get to. And it could be something decent. And also it will give us an opportunity to farm up some parts for laurels. In case we want to buy those on the way out of town. Got 90 hearts. Hopefully it's not something like an expensive whip. we have to farm around for. Love to see a block breaker like the Holy Water or something. Alright, we got an oak stake, so you know, we will be able to full clear Rover Mansion and leave here with an oak stake, assuming we don't take too much damage and game over and lose our hearts. So our first oak stake is here, right here in Jova, in the door that has Rover Mansion. Normally, you see me stick around Jova until nightfall, and I do my grind here. Indoor rando, I usually will do it in the town of Barros, where the zombies are level 2. Oh, that won't get us up there, unfortunately. Alright, so we got laurels. That's kind of a bust, to be honest. But we do come out of here with an oak stake, so that's the main takeaway. So it's still only 2 o'clock in the afternoon on day 0, so use this church and head out of town. Alright, so remember the map is, the way we're doing this, the map is the vanilla map, but all the doors are all randomized. These are my least favorite enemies in all of Castlevania 2. That sucks. We lost half our hearts, half our experience. Level 0, you are made of glass, basically. Alright, it's a little late to be getting into the town of Veros, but let's check the doors here. So we got an empty room, we have no block breaker, we can't do anything there yet. We got another empty room, no block breaker, can't do anything there yet. And these are 6-hit zombies, so not exactly what you want to be farming. Alright, so this is an open store, so we might need to farm a little more to buy whatever's in here. Got the nail though, that's pretty huge. That is a block breaker. Any part of that. Alright, before we warp out of town here, I would like to pick up at least level 1. And I would like to see if there's anything else of value in this town. Now that we have a block breaker, some of those empty rooms might be accessible now. If there's on the walls instead of the floor breakable blocks. So there's no breakable blocks there. There's no breakable blocks there. So we will need to come back, but now we're going to go out to the left here. And we might take a game over with our hearts being so low. I'm gonna use the laurel just to get across here and preserve. Alright, so they're in the town of Alba now. Let's see what we get a free check right here, so Crystal, is this even randomized? And there's 3 more doors here, so we're gonna look at this, we get a Jova vendor here. Silk bag for 121. I don't think we'll be spending money on that, unfortunately. me just take a look to see if there's something farmable. That's not exactly farmable, unfortunately. Maybe we'll just take a flyer on some cheap garlic or something. Or maybe holy water. We'll just... Alright. That's enough for trying to hedge our bets there. So we'll go see what the two doors upstairs have, and we'll keep on rolling. Right, this is normally the church. It has an empty room, but we do have a block breaker, so let's go take a look to see if we could break the walls. Still nothing. I feel like this is going to be a bit of a trolley seed. Nothing in the walls either. I think we messed up our subpixel too, so doing a drop here might be challenging. As long as you can brute force it, do it enough times. There we go. First try. We'll try our luck with farming zombies in the town of Ondal, which is the next town over to the left. Sacred Flame for 87. Not interested. Couldn't even afford it if I wanted it. Yeah, having those 6-hit zombies in Varos means that we haven't been able to level up to level 2, so that's going to slow us down as long as that's the case. Let's see if we can... Oh, that's not good at all. That's very bad. Let's see. It's about time that we get a wall that can break. Still nothing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we are out of out of ideas, out of stuff here. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a trolley seed, but that's alright. The first two are not particularly trolly. This mess of enemies. I want to take a death right now. I was still with a laurel activated. That was garbage. Yeah, I really got to get to level 2. It's not going to happen like that. Oh, come on. We're going to reset our lives again. Hopefully on the right side of... This is Berkeley Mansion, so... Alright, so it's Berkeley is Bodley Mansion. Bodley Mansion is in the door for Berkeley Mansion. We're gonna fade Bodley this time around. Unless we have to. Alright, let's find some good eats, something we could farm. Wouldn't mind finding a whip in Dobby's path coming up on our right here. Thought I had gotten the right number of hits there. Alright, so another oak stake here. We didn't need that. It's not a terrible place for an oak stake. But this doesn't help us right now. This could be good eats here. This guy. 3 hits for him. 3 hits for that guy. 1 hit for that guy. Did not want that to happen. We got level 2 at the 25th minute. Alright, we got a lot of hearts. There's gotta be some stuff in the town of Algebra here. So we got Laruba Mansion here. Not great, but we'll come back to it. We got Brahms Mansion over here. Man, oh man, that's 7 checks between those two alone. Yeah, I'd like to get a whip somewhere. This is Fred here. He's the more durable zombie in this town. For some reason, he's programmed differently than the other zombies. Alright, so we're gonna check this door, we're gonna check the free guy, and then alright, so we got 3 mansions. Berkeley Mansion here as well. It would be great if this fella up here, Alan Jibba, as we like to call him, if he has an oak stake, because we have 3 mansions here, and we're gonna want to get oak stakes. Or we could go back to Dobby's Path if we need it. Oh, look at that oak stake. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of a project here. We're going to do it in order from easiest to hardest. We're going to start with Berkeley Mansion, which has 3 clues as well. For those of you who've seen me do the first 2 seeds, you know what I'm going to do right now. We're maxed out of hearts, so we can't get any more hearts right now. We have 2 lives. So we're going to just restart our lives, because we may as well collect hearts all the way to our errant fireball downstairs. Look at these guys. Hermilla defends the ring. So we know we will have to go into Laruba, and we know we're going to have to kill Capella. This guy's going to be a problem. Hello, historically bad in my chat. Welcome. I've not been monitoring my own chat very closely because I'm on the Final Fantasy Randomizer channel right now as part of their showcase. Run. Golden knife. We'll take it. Whip is sealed in Brahms's orb. Good to know. Golden knife in Berkeley's Bender. One more clue, and the orb. Of course. Focusing hidden on Dobby's path, we do that. Thank you, game. Orange Salid in chat says it's rude to kill Fred. I really don't care. Alright, so we got our whip. Look at this. 4 guys. Five guys, says Ty in chat here. As opposed to, I forgot what I even said. I'm on seed number 3. My brain's starting to get a little fried here.
A question from Gungadi about the Final Fantasy VI World Collide incentive. So tomorrow at 4:40 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide, and we have 2 incentives in there. One is Perform in the Opera, which will require a donation of up to $80, and Umro in the Starting Party, also $80. It does not say anything about whether Umro remains.
Sounds good. Alright, we're going to take down Brahms Mansion now. Brahms is a level 3 zone, so I could theoretically level up to level 3. I'm not sure I'm going to have 0. I've got 2 experience points right now. Brahms enemies are usually 8 HP and they can roll up to 12. The Rando. We have the Thorn Whip right now, so that takes 2 HP of damage from the enemies. Enter a door at Ondal to buy the Sacred Flame. We already know that. Thank you, game. Alright, you got garlic. Could theoretically kill Death with garlic. I'm not going to. Oops. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Got it 1 out of the 3 times. We're actually going to get a whip here, so that'll help us with our kill of Death. Magic Cross, alright. with the Brahms' orb. Cross. Garlic in the vendor. All right, we gotta get out of here. If you hold down the B button while on stairs in CV2, you can actually whip in a turbo fashion. Clip right here that you can do through the ceiling. There's a way of getting the clue that's here. Oh no! I had it. A crystal is sealed in Bodley's orb. Okay, so that's bad. It's really bad. We're gonna have to go to Bodley Mansion when after we do this bonanza of mansions here. Berkeley, Brahms, and Laruba. We're gonna have to go over and do Bodley. That really annoys me. Sorry, Fred. All right, we're going to take a look at what the garlic can get us over here. Oak steak, all right. Might farm this guy, to be honest.
If you don't mind, I'd like to break in with a donation.
Sure, go ahead.
So, follow up on the question from earlier, we got an $80 donation from Gungati to start with Umaro on Friday night's FF6 Worlds Collide. And an additional $25 for each runner per run who keeps Umaro in their party from start to finish, minus Coliseum or Gogo's Isle. A very generous donation, we appreciate it. And so we get to start with Umaro in the party, and then if we keep the Umaro in the party,
Not the most efficient farm, but I want to refill my health. Try not to die before the vendor. Or more. Really bad. That's so bad. I was one away from a level up. That's really bad. Alright, more garlic. We don't need that. We got garlic and Brahms. Just head on downstairs. Got a crystal. Alright, so we got a crystal, we got the ring. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a secret. There are sometimes ways you can wrong warp indoor rando that you can't normally do. Now, you gotta be careful because it can actually break the game. I did one recently where it crashed my game. So if I end up in like glitch world, I'm gonna warp right out rather than crash the game. But it can sometimes bring you to a cool place, sometimes a place you need to go to. So we're gonna try it. But first I'm going to get myself an oak steak just in case. That guy should have passed by now. I want to finish off that farm. I do 4 more of these, then we're good. Alright, it's time to play properly now. But I am going to show you guys the wrong warp and we're going to see where it takes us. Alright, got our oak stake in hand. Alright, we're going to take the wrong warp. So when you have a mansion in a door in the bottom left of a town, so like right next to some water. Here, we're going to try this out. So we're going to go into the mansion, and then we're going to die like that, but we didn't touch the ground, so we're going to respawn in the mansion. And we're going to warp out, because we don't want to, that's not what you want to see. We're on our way to Bodley Mansion. We're gonna do the whole thing. We're gonna check even the vendor because we don't want to have to go back. Now that we have to go there. While we're down here, we're probably gonna clear off the Rover Mansion down by the lake. So we're gonna go down there. Orb first here. Let's see if we can find an enemy we can boost off of. Oop. There's a bat there we might be able to boost off of. Otherwise, we'll go get the vendor and then we'll warp out. Actually, we still want to go down to Rover Mansion, so probably won't warp out, but yeah. Right, there's a crystal. Try this once more and then we'll... There we go. Props to Ty for inspiring me to do that. See, this is why we needed the block breaker when we did that double floor drop wraparounds to break those blocks. Oak Stick is free and eligible. We knew that. Thank you, game. Holy water, that's actually really important. Okay. I think I might fade the rover spot. Day 3 of the in-game clock.
As we hit 1 a.m. Eastern and enter the home stretch of tonight's run, don't forget that this is just the beginning of a weekend-long marathon. Tomorrow we got lots of exciting randomizers coming up. We got the opening ceremonies at 9:45. We got Final Fantasy V. We've got the Archipelago of FFR and Super Mario World. We've got Shadow the Hedgehog. We've got Worlds Collide, Bloodstain, Dragon Warrior 2, and an OJ Power Hour. The Final Fantasy podcast. And we got lots of incentives to go along with almost every run. So please get your donations in, help out the Liam Foundation, and just keep things moving along, and we'll have some fun and help out a good cause.
Thank you for that. So the last room we saw was a room with nothing in it. It's one of the few remaining rooms like that. Got a whip. The Morningstar whip. I could tell this was going to be a bit of a slog to the end here. We're still looking for the heart. If we find the heart last, we know we won't need to take it to this special place on the river. We're just gonna go for it. There's the heart. Now you guys see why starting with the holy water and C1 made a big difference. Right, so we got laurels, we don't need that. I think we're going to go back and make use of the heart. You know what? We'll just take the death. My goodness. Go. Oh, I didn't activate the heart. That's stupid. Right, so it's just a church in here, so that's unfortunate. Oak steak, the last oak steak. So that's not good. So Red Mage. This is not Red Mage, chat. This is Samus not wearing the power suit. We're not going to take the tornado if we don't have to. We're going to take the blob boost and sweep through. I think this is actually a clue. Not an item. Enter a door to algebra to buy the golden knife. Think about that. We're gonna go down and check the garlic check. And boost across if we can. Eyeball. We need. This is officially, for those of you who know, you know. If you know, you know. A Riblast seed. Let's see what's in the Laruba door here. Here we go, we're in go mode. So we were right to fade the rover spot. I'm gonna try a dagger kill on Drac this time. A dagger crit. Okay, that's fine. I'll quickly check here. Oh, we got a whip. We got the flame whip. This might be the only time we've gotten the flame whip tonight. There's Griselda. Teacher guy in my chat, thank you for the sub. For those of you who are enjoying watching some Castlevania 2 Rando, I'm nearly done my third seed in a row. I'm part of a community that does a lot of Castlevania 2 Rando. I think I might do among the most because I do about close to 10 seeds a week. We're running a league called the Jova Orb Circuit, and feel free to join. Also in the fall will be something called Belmonts in Training, which is for people who are new. It's a tournament that gives you a chance to, kind of like an upstart tournament. And finally, if you do like watching Castlevania 2 Rando, if you'd please consider giving me a follow. I am nearing my goal of 200 followers, and when I hit that goal, I'm going to be running a blackout seed where you cannot see anything. The screen's entirely black. Simon's invisible, the enemies are invisible. And Sats Dresh is going to be rolling me that seed, so if you'd like to see that torture that I'm going to have to do, please consider following me. It's David_Anber. Anber spelled A-N like November, B like Bob, E-R. Alright, so 3 doors here. There are 2 doors in Yomi, 3 doors in Doina. We don't need to check any of those. We are good. Let me just see if I gotta make sure I can line up the feet of Samus properly, because they're sort of like Simon's feet, but not exactly. All right, we're ready to wrap this up here. I'm going to try and end it with a dagger crit. Could not get the double. Maybe we can get the backup triple. We'll try it once. Maybe we'll try it once more. Maybe we'll try it one last time. Alright. Tomorrow's another day. I like to drop my garlic in Dracula's castle, because if you hold garlic when you enter the final chamber, it actually gets taken out of your inventory, so you can't use it on Dracula. Alright, so I gotta line up the feet properly and then whip jump and throw 2 daggers. Crit Dracula. Let's see if we can get this right. There we go. 119-13 is the final. Math teacher guy, see you in chat. Thank you for coming, and thanks again for 5 months subbing. I appreciate that so much. No quad, better reset. Thanks again to everybody. Dark Moon for getting me involved in this. Rubes for your commentary. Mecklin for hosting this. Appreciate it very much. Love doing this. Love the work between communities. So glad that I'm able to showcase a standard seed, a town rando seed, and a door rando seed. So with the stats that come up in just a moment, that will bring my time here to a conclusion. So let's just watch the ending. 3 good endings we got. Thank you for the GG's, math teacher guy. And also Mecklin, thank you as well. Ty2358, who inspired me to do that boost in Bodley Mansion. Ty, who put up an amazing time in the Jova Orb circuit this week. We're about to release the results. Please check out the Castlevania 2 Randomizer Discord. A link was placed in the marathon discussion in your Discord, so please do check it out. Thank you, Orange, for the Bromnail book drop. Second try was better. Almost as good as the first try. And we have 22 deaths, 488 kills, 1892 hearts. So I am done.
GG. Great runs there, Amber. It's 3 fun seeds. Nice to see a randomizer I'd never really watched before, and 2 different ways to play it, and that was very exciting and great way to cap off the night.
Great, and I wish you guys a really good rest of your marathon.
Thank you as well. Before we go, we did get 1 donation just under the buzzer before we call it a night. $100 from Math Teacher Guy. Thank you very much for your generous donation to the Liam Foundation to help LGBTQIA plus community members in the Northern Illinois area. We've worked with them before in the past, and we've vetted them. They do great work, and we're always happy to partner with them. We've raised almost $700 today. A great start to the marathon, but there's still a ton coming up. The official kickoff is tomorrow at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time, followed by a slew of different randomizers. We have Final Fantasy Randomizer and Super Mario World Archipelago. We got Final Fantasy V Career Day. We've got Shadow the Hedgehog. We got Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide, Bloodstained, a special edition of the OJ Power Hour podcast, and Dragon Warrior 2 Randomizer. And then we don't just stop there. Into the overnight tomorrow night. We've got Resident Evil 2 Remake Archipelago, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Randomizer, and Skyrim Special Edition Archipelago. So busy day ahead of us. We're going through Sunday, and we're hoping to raise a lot of money for this wonderful charity. Huge shout outs to Mecklin today for doing all of the restreams. And a big thank you to everyone in the Final Fantasy Randomizer, as well as all the other randomizer communities. Thank you all for coming out. I've been Rubes. Hopefully we'll see some more of you in the next coming days. Let's get those donations in, meet some incentives. Let's have a lot of fun while we're doing it. Thank you very much. You all have a great evening.